Hey guys, hope you guys are fine and safe at your home. So now, in the last part, we had just completed our FX, which was the electric arc effect and this particle thing. So in this part, we are going to texture and light this scene and also the elements for rendering. So let's start. And before starting the class, I will just say sorry to all of you as I was COVID positive. That's why it took this much time to record this. So you guys forgive me for that. So let's start. First of all, what you have to do is just change the renderer to V-Ray, I guess, obviously. Using over here V-Ray. So just change the renderer to V-Ray. And after that, if you render this part, you find this. As there is a single image, there is no spherical image in the background or in the environments. That's why it's like the objects are looking like this. So we will fix that. But before, let's take a sunlight, V-Ray sun, so we could match the light with the environment. Just go in the light and just go in V-Ray. You will find V-Ray sun. And over here, let's go in the front left area. Just draw sun like this. It will ask for the V-Ray environment, but we don't need that. So just hit no. Camera, just look it over here and just press Shift Q. So its intensity is very high, that's why it's looking like this. So let's decrease the intensity. Change its intensity to around 0.01. Now render it. Yes, that's perfect. More good. But if you would say the shadow of the footage and the shadow of the scene are not matching it. So for that, what I have to do is I have to reposition the sun scene and just change it to high quality. Just drag it a bit. This kind of match as just going back. It's completely the shadow part. Over here, if you render this, you'll find the sun is totally working on this. So now we had roughly matched the shadow of this. Just have to bit more things like select the shadow as much as I can. Then hit F3. Perfect. Just render this. It's good. But there is a problem also that these environment things were just our object is looking a bit transparent. So for that, I have to do a bit settings first. Now it's totally matched with the light effect and all things. And now just change the filter color with the environment color like this or something. Render it. So now, if I would say about my textures in the drone, I just used a simple video material and I give it a bit reflectivity. So for that, you have to just take any material slot, go over here and find video material, just give it whatever the color you wanted. Like if you wanted to give it a red color, just go in the red color, just give it like this, and in reflect, just increase the reflection, and that's it. Just did this thing only, and obviously just select the part of the drone which I have to texture, just added the texture like this. So what we have is this simple thing. If you could render this, we'll find something like this. But now I have to do a bit things, like I have to change the give an environment a bit colors also. But before giving the environment a color, I have to texture this arc and the particles. So for that, I'll just select the arc. I select it and just take another material slot, and over here just choose the video material. Over here, just go down, you will find the self illuminance map. Just click it over here. Try to give it a blue effect like this. And over here, just hit the GI, multiply to around 5 or something. Let's assign it over here. And now at this, I will add a file off. So create a bit transparent and the clear effect. So and over this, just try to give it a bit effect like this. Now the fog color, I will just change it to blue also. Diffuse a bit like this. And now find this. Also, I can do one more thing. Just go and the multiply and just change it to 2 or something. We have the details now. So this is the setting which I use to create the electric on arc effect. The compositing time, I will just increase the glue and all, color correction, and give it. This will provide me the proper lighting effect. So that's the this is the material setting for the arc. Now for the particles, I will just use the type flow. Open tab. Over here, I will add a shape. Let's add a shape. At this point, just change it to 3D. Size of the sphere. I need a very small part, so just go in the size option and just hit scale and change it to around 50% or 25%, I guess. It's perfect. And now select this one. You can also do one more thing. That you will just select it, open the type flow, and over here you will just add a material instance, or you can just simply after adding the material, because I don't need any stages of different colors or something. So I will just keep this with the same shader which we used in this electric thing. So we'll just select this and hit M, and after that I will just simply do this. After that, if you could just enter this part, I did a mistake. mistake is I had not added mesh in that, so the things were not be seen in as geometry. So just add a mesh so we could consider these particles as a mesh. So now if I just zoom on it, just render it, now you will be able to see these particles as small affairs. So this is the setting for this only. So I use the same shader on both. And now let's back to the camera angle. And for the ground receive the shadow. So for that, I will just hit M and use an option called material wrap. That means this material will just match with the background and able to uh, grab the shadow details of the drone. So just go over the VA material wrap, material library, and just select the VA material wrap. And over there, just discard the old material. And in this part, just select this and select the VA material. Let's have a look. But moving on, I have to just change this material property as keep these things as it is. And over here, you will just check this out. This is the matte surface, matte reflection, matte shadow, and just assign it. And now, if I hit render, see the shadow is over here. It's working quite good. But I need this shadow a bit around. Don't need this shadow this much sharp. For that, what I will do over here, select this, and over there, change the size multiply. See, shadow is a bit blurred. It's fine. And to fix this transparent type problem, what I have to do is go in the render setting, and over here, you just check this out. This now hit M, and I already created the same map. In you will see the difference between these maps is that in first map you will see the mapping type is screen, but in the second one you will see it's as a sphere. So I will just click and drag, click and drag on both of them, and now if I hit render, fine, it's not transparent now, as this just only created us another environment which will just reflect the same thing over here but in a spherical way. That's why it's like looking like this. But and to cheat that thing also, because this environment is not spherical and it's flat, but I had used it as a sphere, so the reflection of this part would be here and this part would be here from front. So for clearing it, that I have to do a bit things in the material, that just go in the material uh, and the glossiness, just reduce it to, that will help you to blur the reflection like this. It's looking cool. Also, I will just add a bit more thing that I need a light from front also. So for that, I'll just back portion, I will use a V-Ray light. Drag it here from 30, change it to around 1 or something, or 5 or something. Camera, good now. Also, the same material which I had used over here will go with this only also. So just select this and use the material, same material, so that if I hit render now, there is no blue material or any object will be shown over there. But in alpha, you will find this. So for that, what you have to do is you can add the material as that, or just select the select the mesh, click right click, and in object property, just go check this, uncheck this. Visible to camera. Now, if you render this, you will not find any mesh or any alpha property. That is the reason. That's why I use that. So I had done the rendering and material texturing part. Now what I have to do is I have to add the render elements also. So just go and just delete this reference thing. I don't need that now. The render setup, select the render element tab. Over here, add some of the elements which I use for compositing. Is first, I need a global illuminance, extra texture, V-Ray diffuse filter, V-Ray matte shadow, V-Ray material ID, object ID if you need it, V-Ray reflection, V-Ray refraction, shadow, self-illuminance. That's it. These are the elements which I usually use. So the diffuse filter, it's like simple RGB flat one. So you can just compose it with ambient occlusion pass, and in extra texture I have to add a material, so it will show me the ambient occlusion thing. So for that I will just hit M. Over here, just change the material type to slate material, and over there just go in the maps, V-Ray, and you will find V-Ray extra texture, V-Ray dirt, inverted dirt. What you have to do is change its subdivision to around 16 or something. You can also increase it to 30 only. This is the shadow thing. I think that's enough. Just grab this and put it over there. This. Now render it. You have the ambient occlusion pass also. See. Now to separate this arc thing with the whole CG thing, what you have to do is just select this, right click, object property, change your object ID, any number like around 5, 6 or anything, whatever you want, and in render setting over here, just add, you had already added an object ID, and now also the type flow thing, you have to do the same thing. Over here also, just click right click, object property, change its number to around 2. Now if you render these, you will get the two different type of colors. Over here, just do one more thing is that at object ID and material ID, change it to color with AA, as it will give a good ray trace value. The edges, it just simply clear the edges, so you could just do a good compositing. Now this is it. This is it, guys. So leaving this part over here now. And soon I will be uploading another series also, the CGI thing also. So see you soon, my next tutorial. Hope you guys love this part of this series. Thank you very much.